So this video is titled Don't Shoot a Poisoned Bird. It could also alternatively be titled Don't Poison a Shot Dead Bird. But anyways, the bird is dead and you don't have to kill it twice. This is in reference of the world that we live in. The world that we are a part of is not a fair and a kind world. Individuals, I believe, hold kindness, and when those individuals come together, there are communities and spaces where that kindness grows. Especially the ancient cultures on the east side of the world, the global east, carries much more community-centered cultures, and it is much more, like people-centered. But that is for some other day. But in general, this world is not this world has become a little bit, this world is a world of AI. There AI exists in this world. What else can you say to 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 actually understand how bad it is? The way I hate AI, I don't think I can hate anything. We will come to it, not in this video though. So the point is, we live in a world where the systems in place are already fucked up. And since we are human beings that are manifestations of the life that we are a part of, we are physical manifestations of that. So we are going to reflect that which is around us. So when we reflect that diseased part of the world, we look at ourselves and we are like, oh, why am I sick? Why am I ill? Because you are in a world where the air is polluted and the water is polluted. That is why you are sick. You are sick because the systems in place are making you sick. Do not add to your illness by, don't add salt to your wound. Don't add to your distress by being like, why am I sick? A better approach would be to step out of the loop and be like, I am sick, full stop, what can I do about it? We will come to the resolutions, but the understanding is, for example, especially the concept that inspired this video is the beauty industry that we are a part of, that we are unfortunately a part of. We are the consumers, so we are in essence the owners of the entire thing, the ones who run the machines. We oil it and we feed it, but we feel like we are at the narrower end of the benefits of all of it. We are also the product that is being consumed. Am I making sense? It is like the beauty industry, it tells you that this is beautiful and that is not beautiful, like this height, this weight. Height and weight are even the most basic concepts. There are spaces in which people are comfortable talking about the most minute of things that you can't even imagine. That which is repeated becomes the norm. That which is repeated becomes normal because it is repeated that many times. I can say this in every video, but your brain at the end of the day is a machine. What it collects, it will ultimately spit that out. What comes out of it, how it functions, is a factor of what has gone in it. So anything you repeat multiple times, it will become your truth. In that sense, we are being told every single day, this is beautiful, that is not beautiful, this is okay, this is not okay. And all of it is so stupid, because if you cannot explain it to a child, it is stupid, because a child will be like, what do you mean by that? And then we'll be like, oh no, that is how it is. Side note, adults who give into the idea of that is how it is are and consider themselves practical adults, I hope I do not get to share a lot of life in space with adults like that, because it is unfortunate, to have a mentality of anti-life. Life is dynamic, life is moving forward, and life is growth. Life is not that is how it is, that is how it shall remain. If that is what was actually correct, then we would have not gotten anywhere. But that is again me being sidetracked. The point is, there are markets that benefit off of our insecurities that they created, right? Any insecurity, even regarding where you should be in life right now, like, oh, at this age, at this stage in my 20s, I should have this, and this is how a perfect career looks like, and this is how a relationship should look like, and this is how a life should look like. These are the pointers that should be marked by the end of this age. Like, there is a rule book for everything, and all of them are stupid. But what is happening now more than ever is, because of social media, all of these is being reinforced exponentially. If there is one mirror and I am looking at it, and then obviously I'm looking at myself, then it is a good thing, because I get to look at myself and I get to see how that makes me feel. For example, a mirror, when I say mirror, I mean like someone who is doing something that I want to do, like showing up in their life, or choosing to be okay with being imperfect, or whatever the process is. Imperfect is not a good word, but like messy, anything. So if I look at someone like that, one mirror, one person, then I will get a better understanding of myself. It is good. If there are two mirrors, then I will get to look at myself from two different angles. That is also fine. Multiple mirrors up to a certain number is also okay. But when it becomes a mirror house, when there are infinite number of mirrors, then even a single ray of sunshine, if it hits one of them, it is going to bounce back so much between these mirrors again and again, that I will be blindsided. That the initial little benefit that I got from having a mirror, I will be harmed by uh, that many mirrors. That is what social media is doing, isn't it? It is giving us so much exposure to so many people's lives in infinite ways. Someone is talking about their career, someone is talking about their this part, that part, everything. We know so much, and we see so much, and even that what we see is very much a curated image, that is also there. But that much influx of information is, one, obviously overwhelming for our brains that are little stupid machines, and two, it is it it almost paralyzes us. We cannot move in any direction, because now we are blindsided by all of it. So this is what we say, a poisoned bird, a bird that has already been poisoned. Now when we say don't shoot a poisoned bird, what I am saying is, uh, when you have been poisoned, don't look at yourself and be like, why am I dead? Because you have been poisoned. Like, why am I feeling so bad about myself? I am so stupid that I am feeling so bad about myself. Babes, you are poisoned, you will feel poisoned. You live in a world where the air is polluted, water is polluted, metaphorically and literally. Obviously your lungs are going to behave in a way that is going to reflect that pollution. Do not be an idiot. Do not be an idiot, please. Genuinely. Do not listen to everything that your stupid little brain tells you. If you are being poisoned, it is going to show. Oh, why do I have dark circles? Again, I mentioned dark circles multiple times, doesn't mean it matters a lot to me, but it is the only insecurity I can think of. So why do I have dark circles? It means, and then our stupid little brains will also draw conclusions from it. Oh my god, I have dark circles, I am feeling bad about it, so now I have more dark circles, because I am feeling bad that Why am I feeling bad about dark circles? They are acceptable. Question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation. The fuck do you want? Genuinely, the fuck do you want? Do you want to feel bad about dark circles, or do you want to feel bad about the fact that you are giving into beauty standards and feeling bad about dark circles? Which one? Or do you want to feel bad about the fact that you feel so bad? What is it? And do you not get tired of it? I obviously do not get tired of it. The curse and the blessing of a brain, all of us have brains, and the capacity to which we can expand it, it is a curse and a blessing at the same time. The sensitivity of a heart, the capacity of a brain, all of these, a curse and a blessing at the same time. You can choose what you want to focus at. So that is what the point is. Like, if you are in a world where the beauty standards are a certain way, the the picture of life has to look a certain way, then do not bash yourself for feeling bad about being affected by it. Like, why am I bleeding when I have been shot? Are you listening to yourself? Like, I am in a battle, I have been shot. Why am I bleeding now? You know, you are a person. Do not look at yourself as something superhuman or something unnatural, something artificial that will not be affected by the life that it is a part of. You will be affected by what has happened into your life. For example, if I have had friendships where it has been uh, like it has been not fair, the way like it was not reciprocated, and everything, then that is me being poisoned, right? Now, me shooting myself, a poisoned bird, would be saying like, why do I not have good friends? Does it mean I will never have friendships who see me for me and who will cherish me and all of that? And does this mean I am at fault? Should I change myself? All of these things. You are already poisoned. Now you also want to shoot yourself. And if you could get a knife, you would stab yourself also. You are that exceptional at repeating these cycles. Please don't be so intelligent that it is stupid. Please, genuinely. In the name of introspection, don't kill yourself, please. It is not fair, it is not okay. I do not have any Instagram references to show because, again, I am just bullshitting my way through all of these videos. But I did come across one image when I was searching for this quote. The 4 quotes that we have for this one second, are: one is break the pattern. You must break the pattern today or the loop will repeat tomorrow. That is what I was looking at, right? So when I was looking at it, I came across another image that had a circle and it had a spiral. My initial instinct was that they are going to talk about the spiral in the negative way, right? That the spiral is, you spiral back into negativity, or you spiral your way, a downward spiral towards hell, stuff like that. So my initial instinct was that, like, the spiral is going to have negative connotations. But what it actually read was ego versus intuition, the loop, the circle. The loop is your ego wants you to stay in a loop, repeating the same patterns over and over again. The spiral is your intuition calls you to make changes that will align you with your soul's desires. So that kind of made me feel like, oh, the spiral is in the positive context here. You know what that immediately made me think of a scene from Kung Fu Panda 2. Uh, it is the scene where the tower is burning, Lord Shen's tower, his family's tower, and the Furious Five, along with Po, are trying to escape it. I should not talk about Kung Fu Panda in a way that everyone has seen it. So, coming to the point, they are trying to escape the tower, and obviously, when the entire tower is on fire and it is also collapsing, they are shooting cannons at it, and it is also collapsing. Then you will try to get out of it, right? You will try to be away from it as soon as possible. So they were trying to get down and then out, but then the way out on the way down was blocked by the collapse, by the building collapsing. So at some point, Tigris realized that the way the tower is falling, the peak of the tower is going to touch a bridge and they can escape from there. So rather than going away from it as soon as possible, like out by going downwards, they were like, keep climbing the tower to the top, so that ultimately we'll be out of it. It makes sense in my mind. Let me explain. So it is like, something that I have noticed about myself is, I cannot fight the emotion that I'm feeling. Like, I become fully possessed by what I am feeling, especially grief. It is, if there is something that I am feeling a certain way, almost always I have never tried to fight myself to make myself feel better. Like, fake it till we make it is not something I could do. It is also not something that I try to do intentionally, because what that does, I think, is reiterates the fact that that which is happening is undesirable and I have to get away from it. The approach I have followed, I think subconsciously, is giving into the feeling. Even though knowing myself and the intensity at which I feel things, giving into it almost always leads to an absolute collapse of every single thing that was supposed to stay up in my mind. It collapses everything down to the ground, absolutely ashes, everything. So giving into it feels counterintuitive. It is like, why am I harming myself by giving into the feelings of feeling grief or lack or whatever it is? Why am I going inwards towards this sense of anything that I'm feeling? Like, especially during career struggles, like this feeling of lack and incapacity or failure that I'm feeling. Why am I giving into it? Why am I going? So that kind of almost made me hate my brain for how it behaves, but now I understand it better, in the sense that moving inwards, giving into the feeling, moving towards the fear, toward facing it and going inward, is the path on which you will find uh, the core, the jud, the root where it hurts, or the root cause of all of it. And when you treat that, when you go inward, when you absolutely keep climbing at the top of the tower, what it does is, one, you will have no more energy or capacity to go anywhere. Like rock bottom is the last you can go. So one, your energy will be exhausted, you can't move at all. But obviously, uh, if there is more, you can dig the rock bottom also. But at some point, it will genuinely be rock. So your energy will be exhausted, you will not be able to move any more downwards, any further in the rock nonsense. and then you can start constructing. This is my personal approach, and something that I did not even intentionally choose to do. This is just me observing the way it has worked, is by not fighting it, by giving into it. And what that does is, I am not shooting myself for being poisoned. I am giving into, like, I am letting the poison be spreading all across the body, because I think there is something that will heal it. And I think that would be the fact that I'm not fighting it any longer. It loses its power when I am not faking the opposite. Am I making sense? I hope I made sense. So that is what the video is about. Do not shoot a poisoned bird. Do not um, do not do not hate yourself for going through something. Do not look into the mirror. Be like, don't draw conclusions too quick. Your brain is stupid. Understand that it is stupid. Call it stupid when it behaves in a way that is stupid. uh, when you look in the mirror and you are like, I have dark circles, apologies for quite literally the same example, I have dark circles, that is all that I am always going to have, and that is it, that is my reality. And I hate myself for having dark circles, and then I hate myself more for hating my dark circles. Please breathe, have some water, stop behaving like an idiot, and gather yourself together. It is possible to break the loop. It is possible to move out of it. It is possible. One step, even one little step, breaks the loop. A perfect circle is a perfect circle, but one little mismatch between the two ends of the circle, and it is not a perfect circle anymore. This loop can be broken. One little thing, one little thing. Little things, they are not so little at all. They add up, even when they feel like they are not adding up, even when they feel like it must be like forever before I see changes. And probably it will be forever before you see something on the outside. But that pouring in within, that uh, continuous pouring in to nurture yourself will not go to waste. If it feels like an endless well, it is because, well, it might be endless. Like, there might actually be so much pain that you need to work through. Different kinds of pain. It is not to glorify pain. It is to say life is not separate from pain. First tenet of Buddhism. you know so do not feed the loop. Little things, they are not so little. uh, Things can work out, and things will actually work out. It is possible. So that is what it is. Do not consider yourself some supernatural human being, some artificial being that will not be impacted by the basic laws of nature. If you are going through shit, you are going to feel like shit. Do not shoot a poison bird. I don't know what else to add to it, but yeah. Something else that we can actually add is the little things that can work. One of the things, one more example that I wanted to give is, for example, you are extremely emotionally intelligent and you can perceive what the other person is seeing you as. Your acknowledgement of their perception is not an accusation of you being that. Like, just because you know that they are thinking of you as someone who is, say, dominant, or someone who is, whatever words they use, whatever negative words they use, you understanding and knowing that this is how it is like, that is not an accusation that you are it. you know like, this one I can probably explain in written more. There are things that make so much sense in my head, but then when I try to say it out loud, because the difference is so subtle, I can't explain it, So sometimes I do feel like words are not enough at all. However grateful I am that they help me express myself. So yeah, the little things that can work, we'll end by talking about it. Two things that I will always be extremely appreciative of. Extremely simple, and I would always suggest anyone and everyone to do is one, Hopponopono prayers, and two, EFT tapping. Both of these things bring your focus back inward. Hoponopono prayers are very simple, 4 line, like 4 statements. I am sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. These 4 statements can be customized as per your needs, who you want to address it to, what you want to address it to. You can also address it to, say, your house, like, I am sorry, dear house, for underestimating how beautifully accommodative you have been to me through these seasons of my life. Please forgive me for not understanding what a blessing it was to feel safe and to have space to absolutely fall apart. I thank you for being a safe space that kept me together, that I could rest at. I love you for holding space for me. You can add all of this. It can be to something, to someone, to yourself mostly. That is the one I do the most. And then you can add something in front of it. But the most simplest of the prayers can be, Dear Aarti, I am sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. That is it. The first time I did it, it was 20 minutes of this, and it felt like magic. I think you should try it once. It is actually magic. It is even just 10 minutes of butterfly hugging yourself and then repeating, I am sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. I also change the order of the sentences, like whenever I feel like it. Sometimes, like after 5-10 repetitions, I'll just start saying, I love you first. So, subtle changes that you feel like. This is magical because it is so simple, and because these are the things that we do not say to ourselves. And the second one is EFT tapping. I am not as regular with it as I wish I was, but it is, again, just the one I follow is Dream Awake Tapping on. She has a playlist, and in every single video, ultimately she talks about what did you feel like the past, the root memory, the root cause, the past memory that is making you feel this way, and then what did you feel like it at that point, what did you need at that point that you can now give to yourself, and who can you love more. So that is the entirety of like the crux of everything that she talks about in every single topic. If it is regarding career also, it is regarding family, anything, ultimately she talks about it like that. You can find what works for you, but I really do think it is possible to break the loop. It is possible to reparent ourselves, and it is possible to move in a way that is much more honest and much more soft, much kinder and much softer to ourselves. So I think, yeah, that should be it.